Hello everyone, my name is Mulamola Tlailana and today's lesson is going to be on a few psychological principles that may help you market your insurance agency better. The first one being the norm of reciprocity, which states that when someone does something nice to us, we feel obliged to give back to them and act in favor of them. An example would be, imagine you were to move into a new neighborhood and one of the neighbors bakes you welcome cookies. Would you not feel obliged to give back to them? The odds are that you'll be more than willing to do so. It's just within us to act in favor of people who give to us. Then 2, the halo effect, which states that the first piece of information people interact with from us, or you in this instance, will impact their decision on how they interact with your brand going forward. This is basically your first impression. And unfortunately, it matters. It's so heavily weighted that it can shift your client's beliefs about you or your business, which is why it's very important as a marketer to always be reviewing the first touch point someone has with your brand or business. Now, in terms of your first impression being a gift or a free offer, it really sets the stage for the type of relationship you will have with your clients. And then 3, the recency effect, which states that most people give higher authority to the most recent bit of information they've received. This ties back to your touch points and the amount of value you provide. An example and context would be, if you had a competitor and you were both posting content on social media, but he was making more posts than you, the likelihood that he gets noticed is higher, and his content will be seen more recently, which will be interpreted as more important. In context of insurance agencies, very few insurance agencies post on social media channels, and those that do post are not consistent. So if you take advantage of this and actually be consistent, you'd get more market share and actually be better off than everyone else. Interpreted. Then 4, the mere exposure effect, which states that the more people see something is the more they trust it and like it. This is more or less building rapport. A mere example would be, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So by showing up recently and showing up often, you get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, this doesn't mean you have to create new content across all the platforms. No. You can actually cross-post, reshare, and recycle information. A clear example of this is Cody Askins from 8% Nation, who is also the owner of Secure Agent Marketing. I'm not sure whether I got it right, but yeah, Secure Agent Marketing. He's a far better marketer in the insurance industry than I am. And there's a booker call section on his page that you can make use of. Now, Cody Askins understood the principle and executed on it. Whether you like him or not, that's what it took, and you can use the same principle for your agency as well. Then you have loss aversion at 5, which states that people hate to miss out on things or information. How you can do this is through scarcity and limited offers, which you've likely come across. Also, you have to be careful because people can almost smell it when you're not being honest with them. Another loss aversion technique you've probably not heard of is curiosity. Because once we feel curious, we are almost always driven to get the answer. This was validated by Colin Camara by asking 40 questions to his students, ranging from hard to easy or easy to hard. Among the questions, which galaxy is our planet part of and which instrument was designed to sound more like the human voice, were asked. The answer to the first question being the Milky Way and the second question being a violin. What he found out was that curiosity is more U-shaped. The more you know about something, the less curious you are, and the less you know about something, the less curious you are. Curiosity is striking just between the 2 elements. And then 6, authority. People want to follow the lead of a particular expert in a subject. So if you can attach your ideas to a genuine authority in a particular field, you will have influenced people to play on your side. Now, Robert Cialdini explains the principle best in his book Influence, which is a recommended read by Warren Buffett. And then 7, the IKEA effect, which states that people value things more when they are involved in their production. This means you'd have to include elements of engagement and connection in your customer journey, which is by asking for feedback, comments, and advice on how you can improve your product. 8, the bandwagon effect, in simple terms, doing what other people are doing. A common example you'd hear is by a mom asking their kids, if the cool kids jumped off a cliff, would you do the same? Well, unfortunately, the answer is yes, and so would the rest of the other kids. Another example would be keeping up with the Joneses, which is seeing your neighbors buy a big new car and feeling obliged to do the same as well. This element in business is called social proof, showing your potential client that people like them are buying your product and it's working for them drives them to feel more secure and want to buy. Then my last point, which holds everything together, is the blind spot bias, which states that all of the principles or biases I've just mentioned and many more are invisible to the people you're trying to reach. They are too heavy to stand against and too psychologically embedded into their brains, so much so that even if they were told not to let a specific principle influence their buying decision, it will still seem like a great deal to them. Who would say no to a free cocktail? Am I right? Now, there are many other principles I didn't get into in this lesson, from anchoring, the compromise effect, and many others, which I assume you've already come across coming from a sales background. But if you'd like to see them, feel free to download and use the free material down below. And that's it for our second lesson. If you have a question, feel free to send me an email as well at more@glior.agency. Thank you for watching.